Two Derby drug dealers were caught offering what the judge called a narcotic version of an ice cream van to addicts and users in the city. Derby Crown Court heard how the teenager Saif Ali and 37-year-old Aamir Qureshi were caught with 70 wraps of heroin and crack cocaine as they openly sold in broad daylight from their cars. The 19-year-old Ali had built up a cannabis debt and, while under threat, was supplying addict Qureshi, who was getting his own Class A substances at cost price, and now each of them will spend years behind bars. Jailing each of the defendants for 3 years, the recorder, Michael Orty KC, said this was a mobile delivery service, almost a narcotic version of an ice cream van, and it was about as brazen as it gets, selling in broad daylight in front of officers and members of the public. Officers then moved into strike, and you, Qureshi, reversed your car, no doubt in a bid to escape, before stalling the vehicle. You have a poor criminal record stretching back many years. It's a classic criminal record of someone entrenched in drug addiction. The tragedy for you, Mr. Ali, is that you're 19 and you're previously of good character and have a bright future in front of you, and you have thrown this all away for this. Drugs are a menace to society and a cancer, and can lead to the deaths of many people who struggle with addiction. People who choose to traffic drugs can expect custodial sentences. So the prosecutor said police spotted a black Honda Civic being driven by Qureshi in Derby at around 1 o'clock on June the 9th. He said known drug users were spotted approaching it as it parked up. The prosecutor said the car then drove to Society Place, where it parked up close to a blue Vauxhall Corsa being driven by Ali, and the pair of them ended up in the Honda. The prosecutor said the police wanted to detain both, so as they approached the vehicle, Mr. Qureshi tried to reverse but stalled the car. A number of wraps of heroin and crack cocaine were recovered in total, 91 heroin and 51 crack, with a total value of around £700. There was tick lists which were found, £294 in cash and a burner phone attributed to Mr. Ali, which had 80 missed calls from various numbers following the arrests. The defence for Ali said he has never been in trouble before until he got into a cannabis debt which led to this offending. His behaviour was because he owed his dealer and was moving drugs around under instruction and under threat. And the defence for Qureshi said this is a man who has been blighted by his use of Class A drugs, and when he glances over his shoulder, the ghost of Christmas past does not make for happy viewing. He has a long-suffering wife, and he was involved in this offending to facilitate his access to cost-price drugs to feed his addiction. And as you can tell by this story, drug dealing, it's not lucrative at all. It's your boy GT. Keep it locked, keep it real.